guys, how are you? So today we are going to continue with our read aloud of Percy Jackson. I know that some of you were absent on the last couple of days, so I just want to do a quick review before I start. So, we knew that they expelled Percy Jackson from Yancey Academy, and he was going back home. Home on a bus, and Grover, his friend, was riding with him on a bus. And all of a sudden, the bus breaks down. They have to get down of the bus, and they see a fruit stand, one of those old-fashioned fruit stands, with three old ladies who are knitting a very big sock. Percy says that those three old women are looking at him while they are knitting the sock, and all of a sudden, one of them grabs this huge pair of scissors and cuts one of the threads while she's looking directly at Percy. So when they fix the bus, they get back in, and Percy expresses this to Grover, and Grover starts freaking out. He starts getting very nervous. So when they get to New York, Grover gives him a card and tells him, please look for me if you need anything, and let me take you home. Of course, Percy walks away, goes home, gets home, and there is his stepfather, who is a very mean person. Apparently, he doesn't share much of his money with Percy or his mom. His mom does a lot of work for them both, and when mom gets home, she tells Percy that they're gonna go to their favorite cabin. So right away, they pack their bags, they get in a car, and they drive to somewhere. They drive to a place where there's a beach. And they stay in a cabin, and on the first night, you could hear a very, very big thunderstorm coming in. And all of a sudden, there's banging on the door one of the nights, and it turns out it's Grover. But it wasn't Grover anymore. It was Grover with legs of a goat and the body of Grover. So, of course, Percy's like, what's going on? Who are you? What is happening? And it turns out that he's a Greek mythology character. He's a satyr, I believe it's pronounced. Grover says that everything is wrong, that how did the mom didn't tell Grover that they were going to this cabin, and of course mom starts freaking out, like, what's going on? And so they tell him about this time when they saw the three ladies and one of them was cutting a thread, and the mom was super angry with Percy because he hadn't told anything to her. So they get in the car and they start driving like a crazy person, and mom says that Percy needs to go to this special summer camp that Percy's dad, wanted him to go to ever since he was a little kid. And Percy was like, what do you mean? Are you gonna drop me off there on my own? And as they are driving, they can see that somebody's chasing them. And at first, Percy thinks it's somebody with like a cape and with his hands up here. But when they are seeing him up close, they realize that it's a minotaur. And we are right at this point when the Minotaur is chasing them, but Percy doesn't want to leave Grover or his mom behind, but he needs to go to the special summer camp that is like a kilometer away. They can see it right there. So he is very stubborn and saying that he's not gonna leave mom or this other Grover, but there's a creature chasing them, okay? And we were right at this point where they can see the creature on one side and they can see the school or the special summer camp in another side, okay? I'm going to start the read aloud right now. We're gonna do a 20-minute read aloud today. Okay, so